Good evening to all the dignitaries present here. The meeting is called to order.
If your actions can inspire others to dream, learn and to become more, you are a leader. We all agree that our MMBA president indeed one of the best leader. Now I request the president of MMBA, Senior Advocate Mr. Isaac Mohanlal to deliver the welcome address.
I'm indeed very much delighted to welcome all of you here at this pleasant evening. We are gathered here to just commemorate the passage of 20 years, and we have amidst us the stalwarts who had laid the foundation almost 20 years ago, sure and strong, upon which we stand today aloft with all magnificence. It is they who are responsible for this growth as well as the development. It is famously said by Winston Churchill once that a generation that forgets the past will be left without a future. The farthest behind you look, the farthest forward you will be able to see. So as the members of the MMBA, we felt that the mere passage of 20 years will not take us anywhere unless we commemorate, unless we celebrate the formative years, how this institution came into being and how the foundations were laid, and over the years how the journey proceeded from year after year. Today we have in the Vicennial year, after the High Court's celebration, the bar also started celebrating. And I would, with a great and a deep sense of gratitude, recall the enormous contributions made by the three stalwarts who are sitting here. Honorable Mr. Justice KARPAGA VINAYAGAM, Honorable Mr. Justice D. MURUGESAN, and Honorable Justice V. KANAGARAJ. We have our Honorable Administrative Justice R. SUBRAMANIAN here, and who is very gracious enough to participate in this function. And we have our esteemed Honorable Justice Vel Murugan, Justice Sadish Kumar, and Justice Sundar Mohan here. We are really indebted to all of you for gracing this occasion. And we have the past presidents and secretaries, the office bearers of other associations, the government leaders, the members of the press, and beloved members of the bar here. I extend a very, very warm welcome to each and every one of you. Maybe the purpose of our gathering is not merely to honor these gentlemen judges who sat and decided, but how they actually laid the foundation so strong in the beginning years. We all recall that at the time, majority of these members of the bar hailed from the district bar. Almost all the 16 districts then constituted this area. Unless and until these gentlemen judges were so gentle, so merciful, we couldn't have reached this stage at all. I still remember Justice Markandeya sitting in the other hall over a cup of coffee with almost all the judges of this bench there in front of him, saying that, show mercy to these gentlemen lawyers. If you don't grant interim orders, they may develop the phobia and they may go back to the district courts. And immediately he became vigilant and asked whether press people are here. That is how he suggested to the honorable judges. And these judges, the first set of judges, Honorable Justice KARPAGA VINAYAGAM, Justice MURUGESAN, Justice V. KANAGARAJ, and Justice Ibrahim Khalifullah, and Justice Yam Chokali, these are the five. Because the presidential notification said the bench will be composed of 5 judges. It was only during the Justice A.P. Shaw's period as the Chief Justice, the number got increased stage by stage. From 5 it became 7. Fortunate enough, we had all these 5 judges who sat and decided cases here, not only looked at the legality of the matter, but the gentle way they handled the bar and the mercy that had they shown to the litigants behind the cases. We had no strain at all. Absolutely no strain. Even a junior member felt as though he had long standing at the bar when they argued the cases before them. It is famously said by Shakespeare that the quality of mercy is never strained. It droppeth gentle as the rain from heaven upon the places beneath. the king's hearts actually get enthroned with this mercy. And it is almost becoming like gods when justice is seasoned by mercy. And all of you know that Lord Denning usually used to call himself, I'm a Portia man, because it is she who said that mercy seasons justice. And he proclaims that I'm a Portia man. We could witness 5 gentlemen Portia men in this court at the time when the court was formed. That is the surest and the strongest foundation they had laid. Today we are enjoying the benefits out of that. And I have great pleasure. And I actually wanted to speak in respect of each and every one of the dignitaries here. But anyhow, we have assigned the sweet responsibility to 3 of the senior members of our bar, and I don't wish to encroach upon their domain. I would stop with this, and again, my Lord Justice KARPAGA VINAYAGAM, Justice D. MURUGESAN, and Justice V. KANAGARAJ, we fondly remember your lordships throughout these 20 years. And as long as we have breath in our nostrils, we will continue to remember you. And I have a reciprocal request also to make. Whenever your lordships have occasion to come down to this side of the stage, please remember to make a visit to this association. May not be for meetings, just for a chat with the members over a cup of coffee or tea. I hope your lordships would remember the request. And with these few words, I extend a very, very warm welcome to each and everyone who is present here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for the warm welcome. To be inspired is great, but to be an inspiration is an honor. Now I request the Honorable Mr. Justice R. SUBRAMANIAN to honor Honorable Mr. Justice M. KARPAGA VINAYAGAM, former Chief Justice, Jharkhand High Court, with a cardamom garland. Thank you, Lordship. Now I request the Honorable Mr. Justice P. Velmurugan to honor Honorable Mr. Justice D. MURUGESAN, former Chief Justice, Delhi High Court, with cardamom garland. Thank you, Lordships. Now I request the Honorable Mr. Justice N. Satish Kumar to honor Honorable Mr. Justice V. KANAGARAJ, former Judge, Madras High Court, with cardamom garland. Thank you, Lordships. May I now request the President of MMBA, Senior Advocate Mr. Isaac Mohanlal to honor Honorable Mr. Justice M. KARPAGA VINAYAGAM with a memento. Thank you, Lordship. Thank you, sir. May I now request the General Secretary of MMBA, Advocate Mr. M. Saravanakumar to honor Honorable Mr. Justice D. MURUGESAN with a memento. Thank you, Lordship. Thank you, sir. May I now request the Vice President of MMBA, Advocate Mr. C.B. Chakraborty to honor Honorable Mr. Justice V. KANAGARAJ with a memento. Thank you, Lordship. Thank you, sir. May I now request the Librarian of MMBA, Advocate Mr. Mahbub Atif to honor Honorable Mr. Justice R. SUBRAMANIAN, Administrative Judge, Madurai Bench, with a memento. Thank you, Lordship. Thank you, sir. May I now request the Treasurer of MMBA, Saravanakumar, to honor Honorable Mr. Justice P. Velmurugan with a memento. Thank you, Lordship. Thank you, sir. May I now request Convener of MMBA, Mr. N. Segar, to honor Honorable Mr. Justice N. Satish Kumar with a memento. Thank you, Lordship. Thank you, sir. May I now request Mrs. Deepa, EC Member of MMBA, to honor Honorable Mr. Justice Sundar Mohan with a memento.
Thank you, Lordship. Thank you, sir. May I now request Mr. Mohideen Basha, Advocate, Madras High Court, to felicitate Honorable Mr. Justice M. KARPAGA VINAYAGAM, former Chief Justice of the Jharkhand High Court.
Good evening, all of you, on the dais and off the dais. Lordship Justice M. KARPAGA VINAYAGAM, Lordship Justice D. MURUGESAN, Lordship Justice KANAGARAJ, Lordship Justice R. SUBRAMANIAN, Lordship Justice Satish Kumar, Lordship Justice Velmurugan, Sundar Mohan, and other dignitaries of the dais and on the dais. I feel privileged to stand before you this evening to speak about Justice KARPAGA VINAYAGAM, whom I have the privilege to interact when he was an advocate practicing in the criminal side, and also appear before him when he was a judge elevated in the year 1996 to the chartered Madras High Court. Since it's an informal chat, I'll go bilingual. When I was practicing, I enrolled in the year 1993. A lordship was elevated in the year 1996. I was a raw junior appearing before lordships. Just before the bifurcation of this Madurai bench, I appeared before your lordships. I could recollect in the month of April 2003, I have appeared in 3 life appeals before lordships. Lordships used to appoint my senior beloved Justice KARPAGA as amicus curiae in several matters. I had the privilege to assist my senior. And thereafter, when my senior was elevated to the bench, your lordship used to appoint me as amicus curiae, and I have appeared in several matters. And mostly life appeal matters I used to appear. And your lordship's concluding paragraph, which your lordships give encomium to the amicus curiae, that is equal to more than a lakh or two, which we in the course of the time we receive as a fees from the client, because that word which keeps developing practice, and because of which we have come up to this level, since I have put up nearly about 32 years of practice. So I was seasoned by my senior, my other seniors who I inspire. Likewise, I have many inspirational qualities which have, from your lordships and Lord, I have inspired. Your lordship's name, Justice KARPAGA, which carries pride, passion, the discipline, decorum, your lordship's dressing sense, everything inspires. Your lordships used to appreciate the juniors very much those times. And your lordship was elevated to Jharkhand as a chief justice. Landmark judgment which your lordships rendered with regard to the filming of the car windows by a rape victim, that was a landmark judgment which had an impact throughout the nation. And as a lordship went on practice to the Supreme Court, the lordships developed a roaring practice there, and suddenly your lordships went to the appellate tribunal, All India Tribunal, Electricity Tribunal. Though we have departed from your lordships after your elevation as a Chief Justice of Jharkhand, but still we used to follow your lordship's journey, which cherished our memories for a generation to go. Your lordship's remarkable career with the integrity, wisdom, passion for justice, which are all inspirational to youngsters like us, and still we learn from your lordships. Your lordship's personal behavior, like if whenever I see your lordships in going a train or by travel, your lordship used to carry a book for reading. You had a passion for reading very much. That's all an inspiration for us, which has carried us to this level. And with this, I conclude. I am not an orator. I think if it is for some order, I would have argued better. Since it's an informal speech, I couldn't. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Mr. C. Arulvadivel Shekhar, Senior Advocate, to felicitate Hon'ble Mr. Justice D. MURUGESAN, former Chief Justice of Delhi High Court.
Good evening to all. I would like to extend my warm greetings to our distinguished guests. Hon'ble Mr. Justice KARPAGA, former Chief Justice of Jharkhand High Court. Hon'ble Mr. Justice D. MURUGESAN, former Chief Justice of Delhi High Court. Hon'ble Mr. Justice V. KANAGARAJ, former Justice of Madras High Court. And I am also privileged to convey my greetings to the Honorable Mr. Justice R. SUBRAMANIAN, Administrative Judge of Madurai Bench, whose gracious presence adds great significance to this event. And also, I convey my greetings to all the judges of the dais and the President, Mr. Isaac Mohanlal, Saravanakumar, Secretary, and other office bearers for giving me this opportunity to speak something about Honorable Justice D. MURUGESAN. In fact, His Lordship Justice D. Murugesan hardly needs an introduction because everybody who is practicing more than 15 years in Madurai bench knows him very well. However, as a formality and to share some lesser known facts, especially for the benefit of our juniors, it is my honor to briefly recount his irrevocable journey in the judiciary. Having hailed from a small village, Pudupatti in Theni district, his lordship's rise to the prominence is a testament to hard work and perseverance. His deep understanding of struggles of the common man has shaped his empathy and commitment to social justice throughout his career. Born on 10th June 1951, his lordship had his early education in Devakotai and completed his pre-university course at Palayankotai. Then he earned his bachelor degree of science from Tyagaraja College, Madurai, and then his legal studies in Madras as Bachelor of Law with a gold medal from Madras University in 1975. Upon entering the legal profession, his lordship trained under renowned advocates Thiru K.K. Venugopal and Thiru K. Rangarajan Kumaramangalam, which cemented the foundations of his legal career. His lordship served as a standing counsel for Madras University, the Municipal Corporation of Chennai, and selection committee for MBBS, PG and super specialty courses from 1990 to 2000. Additionally, he served as a special government pleader and government pleader for the government of Tamil Nadu. Justice Murugesan's legal career took a new trajectory when he was appointed as the judge of the Madras High Court on 2nd March in the year 2000. His lordship's 12.5 years tenure in Madras High Court is distinguished by his remarkable disposal of 64,417 main cases, including landmark judgments in constitutional, criminal, intellectual property, and environmental law. His disposal rate is an incredible achievement, reaching a total of 125,000 matters, including miscellaneous cases, an awe-inspiring feat that speaks volumes about his dedication and judicial acumen. Justice Murugesan's tenure also brought many socially impactful judgments. He took the initiative to ban the plastic bags under 60 microns to protect the environment, prohibited bike racing on the street of Chennai, banned the bus day celebrations, and curbed the commercial cultivation of lotus, which was threatening the local water bodies. These actions reflected his unwavering commitment to the public welfare. One cannot speak of his lordship's contributions without mentioning his pivotal role in establishing the Madurai bench of Madras High Court. His lordship took strenuous efforts in the early stages of its foundation and recognized that the advocates here, particularly in handling the writ cases, needed orientation and guidance. His lordship personally played a huge role, along with Justice Raviraja Pandian, in conducting orientation programs for the advocates continuously for more than 9 months, and ensuring that they were well prepared to deal with the challenges of handling cases in the newly established bench. His lordship has always encouraged junior members of the bar, offering guidance and fostering their growth in legal fraternity. He understands their struggles, having come from a modest background himself, and has been a mentor to many who have gone on a successful career. It was a unique character of his lordship to give patient hearing to the advocates, even in bad cases. I have never seen him angry in the court hall. I have argued several cases in the bench as well as when he is a single judge, but he always with a smiling face. Notable among the Hon'ble Justice Murugesan's rulings are 2 significant full bench judgments that continue to shape the legal discourse and are still widely followed and cited by the bar. The first is the CMS Evangelicals case, which was reported in 2005 2 CTC 161, in which the power to inquire into the dispute relating to the election of the members of the society was decided. In the said judgment, his lordship held that the validity of the election could be decided only by the civil court and not by the registrar. The second is the Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission versus R. Manikandan and another, reported in 2011 5 CTC page 1, which remains as a pivotal case with respect to the power of Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission to satisfy its whether the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe certificates produced by the candidates are true and genuine. In the said judgment, his lordship held that the scrutiny of genuineness of the SC/ST certificates cannot be made by the TNPSC, and it can be made only by the district or the state level vigilance committee. Both these judgments authored by His Lordship highlights its profound legal acumen and enduring influence on the judiciary. Justice Murugesan's brief but impactful tenure as a Chief Justice of Delhi High Court from September 2012 to June 2013 again demonstrated his commitment to social justice. His Lordship was instrumental in implementing the right to education, banning junk food sales in the schools, and reforming the Tihar Jail. His interventions during the aftermath of December 16 Delhi gang rape case, setting up social courts for fast-tracking trials of sexual offences, were especially significant as they strengthened the public's faith in the judiciary. Even after his retirement from the judiciary, Honorable Mr. Justice D. Murugesan's immense contributions remain vital and continue to benefit the society. His expertise and dedication are still in high demand, and his services are actively utilized in various capacities, whether through his role as a member of National Human Rights Commission or as a chairman of significant committees, including the state education policy for Tamil Nadu. His Lordship continues to shape the crucial reforms. His retirement has in no way diminished his invaluable contributions to the public and the legal community. To say His Lordship has left an enduring mark on the judiciary would be an understatement. His legacy continues to inspire generations of legal professionals and stands as a beacon for fairness, compassion, and legal brilliance. It is a profound privilege to speak about Mr. Honorable Justice D. Murugesan, who is before with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Mrs. N. Krishnaveni, Senior Advocate, to felicitate our Chief Guest, Honorable Mr. Justice V. KANAGARAJ.
Honorable Mr. Justice R. SUBRAMANIAN, Administrative Judge, Madurai Bench, Honorable Mr. P. Velmurugan, Honorable Mr. Justice N. Satish Kumar, Honorable Mr. Justice Sundar Mohan, and heroes of our today's function, Honorable Mr. Justice KARPAGA Vinayagam, Honorable Mr. Justice D. Murugesan, and Honorable Justice V. KANAGARAJ. Mr. Isaac Mohanlal, President of MMBA, Mr. Saravanakumar, Secretary of MMBA, past President and Secretaries of MMBA, Senior Advocates, and my beloved friends. Good evening to all. I am honored and privileged to felicitate Honorable Mr. Justice V. KANAGARAJ. Honorable Mr. V. KANAGARAJ hails from Salem district, and he did his schooling at Salem and at Chennai. His Lordship did his graduation at Law College and Law College at Madras Law College. His Lordship was practicing at Salem District Courts for 24 years after his enrollment in 1973. Usually, High Court judges will be elevated from the district judiciary or from the advocates who are practicing at the High Court. Very few judges were elevated from the district bar. One among the few is Honorable Justice V. KANAGARAJ. He has been elevated as he was practicing at District Courts Salem. That is his legal acumen because of his knowledge over the various fields of law made him to become a High Court judge. A specific mention has to be made here. This about his command over the English language. All of you will be hearing his Lordship's acceptance speech. Many has to have a dictionary to understand the accent and also the meaning of it. It's a wonderful language. Everybody who has appeared before his Lordship will be knowing about it. His Lordship was elevated in 1997 and he was he demitted office in 2005 and his Lordship sat here at Madurai for 2 or 3 terms. I had the benefit of appear before his Lordship at Madurai when he was at Madurai, though I had appeared before the principal bench also. When he was at Madurai, his Lordship was sitting at second appeal admission for a particular period, one period. Almost every day we will be having admissions. Everybody knows about the Lordship's leniency. Everybody started bringing it for admission. I also followed that, and I had several admissions before His Lordship in second appeals. It happened that one day I got on the last sitting of His Lordship, I got a lunch motion also. The beauty is I didn't have any interim application. In spite of that, I made a second appeal, got admitted. That is the leniency. The leniency towards the juniors. Whoever appears before the courts, at least His Lordship sees some order has to be given to the junior members of the bar. His Lordship will not dismiss any writ petition or second appeal or CRP on a first instance. At least the notice will be ordered. That is the encouragement given to the junior members of the bar. When I was going through the judgments of His Lordships yesterday, I came across several writ petitions challenging the dismissal and suspension. More than 90% of the cases, the writ petitions were allowed. This shows the sympathy and empathy towards the employees and also the junior members of the bar. And one more aspect which I would like to say is, during his tenure, His Lordship has heard more than 69,000 of cases during his period. And His Lordship, after his retirement on 1/3/2005, was appointed as a syndicate member and Senate member of Dr. Ambedkar Law University, and he was designated as senior advocate by the Hon'ble Supreme Court of India. And His Lordship was also practicing before the Hon'ble Supreme Court. Few words. I pray Lordess Meenakshi to give Hon'ble Justice Kanagaraj a wonderful future and also good health throughout his life. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. May I now request Honorable Mr. Justice R. Subramanian, Administrative Judge of Madurai Bench of the Madras High Court, to deliver special address.
Chief Justice KARPAGA VINAYAGAM, Chief Justice MURUGESAN, and Justice V. KANAGARAJ, my esteemed brothers Vel Murugan, Satish Kumar, and Sundar Mohan, Mr. Isaac Mohanlal, President of the MMBA, other office bearers of the other associations, former office bearers of the MMBA, senior advocates and friends. A very good evening to all of you. What do we talk about these three men who are here before us today? I'm really searching for words. As far as Justice KARPAGA VINAYAGAM is concerned, he was a criminal lawyer and I had no acquaintance with him as a lawyer. Though I was practicing between 86, I started my practice in 86, and he was a criminal lawyer, but I had seen him whenever any junior seeks his advice, he used to stand there and explain to him the entire position. He will not brush aside anybody, be it the quadrangle or be it the entry to the toilet, wherever. Any junior goes and asks him for a doubt, he will take a full 5 minutes, explain to him the position, and that junior will go with a sense of understanding. And after he became a judge, he sat on the civil side. And we civil lawyers always have a horn up, tail up when we come across a pure criminal lawyer sitting on the civil side. And I also naturally had that, hailing from a complete civil background. Then I found that it was his common sense approach that enabled him to wade through the intricacies of civil law, and still he continued with the same demur. As he used to dispose of criminal appeals and disposing of civil division petitions, I had appeared before him in many civil division petitions, sitting in the makeshift 7th Court Hall. Now it has become Court Hall 7A, just opposite the Registrar's chamber in the High Court. And I still remember doing a rent control matter before him. It was a pleasant exercise. As far as Justice MURUGESAN is concerned, I had appeared against him as a government leader and also before him as a lawyer. I still wonder how he maintained that same composure from 10:30 in the morning till 4:30 in the evening. no harsh words spoken. Everybody is treated alike. And he'll say, why are you raising your voice? Don't do that. He's very, very cool and composed, even if the lawyer pushes him very hard. And lawyers like me, we used to, I'm not faulting myself for doing that. I'm happy that I did that. I used to push him to the end. Even then, he will never get perturbed. He will never say a word, any harsh word against any lawyer for that matter. He'll say, that's all. That's all. All right. It's like that pleasant manners carried him through. And I remember one instance when we had all assembled in Srinagar for Justice Khalifullah's swearing in as Chief Justice of the Jammu and Kashmir High Court. It was on a Sunday. The swearing in was fixed at 4:30. I got little nervous because 4:30, Sunday, it is Ravgalam. And being a Hindu, and I thought I went and told Justice Murugesan, no, Ravgalam. Hey, friend, he didn't say. He said, you go and tell him. Then I went and told Justice Khalifullah. He said, hey, because we were all waiting for 2 days, awaiting the warrant that never came. Then we came to know that the President's office, the warrant being appointment of Chief Justice of Jammu and Kashmir, required a translation in Urdu, and there was no one to translate it in Urdu in the Rashtrapati Bhavan. Therefore, we had to send a district judge from Jammu to Delhi to get it translated, and he brought it back on Saturday evening. And we approached the governor. Governor said, we will see on Monday. About 7 to 8 judges and 20 lawyers, we were all waiting there and eating happily in the Chief Justice's residence and staying there for 2 days. Then we found this. Then it was 4:30. Then I told Justice Murugesan 4:30. He said, no. You go and tell him. He is your friend only. You go and tell him. Then he said, no Ravgalam for me. We will carry on. And these are all pleasant moments which we enjoy in the company of gentlemen like Justice Murugesan. As far as Justice KANAGARAJ is concerned, I must tell you, I know because I also had a lot of practice from Salem district. And my senior's office had a lot of briefs from Salem district. And by accepting this office, he lost heavily on the financial side. And his friend Kamalanathan, M. Kamalanathan, sadly he is no more with us today, used to say how he used to send people to take rice from Kamalanathan's house to his house because there were guests to be fed in his house. Both of them hail from Salem. Rice used to come from Salem. And VKJ used to send his men to Kamalanathan's house and take bags of rice because there are guests at home. Hey, nee sambadikira nee vaangi poda nee kuttanu idu ethumbadu. That is, Kamalnathan used to tell me, that's how he was one who had roaring practice in Salem district. He used to be there in the morning in Salem, in the afternoon in Namakkal, and evening he would wind up with some other court in Sankagiri or Tiruchengood. He was going around the district. He had a roaring practice. He sacrificed all that practice and became a judge. And he is one judge, to my knowledge, who lost financially because of becoming a judge. Today we get so many emoluments, we get good salary. In those days, it was very less, salary was very less. And these judges, I wonder how they worked in the Madurai bench in the initial stages, because the infrastructure was not this big. Today we have all very well furnished houses and all that. Then they didn't have that. The bungalows were there, but they were not as nicely furnished as they are today. And they went through, and we have this greenery today in this Madurai bench. It is mostly because of Justice Raviraj Pandian and Justice Murugesan. They went around each and every place and identified places to plant saplings, and the entire greenery is because of them. And we should all be ever grateful to these three men and the other two who are not here with us today. I am told they will be coming during the next week. Justice Khalifullah and Justice M. Chokarina. These five were the first judges in the Madurai bench, and all of them devoted completely towards the development of this court. And as the senior lawyers who spoke about them said, They were considerate, they were very liberal, and this liberality of Justice Kanagaraj we have enjoyed in Chennai also. I'll tell you one instance of his magnanimity. We had a case which was going on in his chambers. Chambers, we have very limited seating capacity. His Lordship was sitting in one of the sofas. Me and the other lawyers appearing in that case were all sitting. One junior of mine, who was about 4 or 5 years old at the bar, did not have a seat. He immediately got up. He used to have that huge chair which is now lying in the museum with the lion and all that. That he used to have that chair in the chamber. He pulled that chair and told that fellow, sit on this. He was like shaking. He said, sit down, young man. He didn't. He just sat on that chair. I thought, oh my God, he's so considerate and he wants. And you go to his chamber, you can't leave without a cup of tea. You have to have a cup of tea. He will insist that you have a cup of tea, whether be it for a case hearing. Hey, first have your tea. Then only we will start. That was like, he was so magnanimous and so kind to juniors and seniors alike. And no wonder this Madurai bench had these 5 people at the inception. He is now making big inroads into the legal system of the country. And we have a very good bar which has developed here. And this library is the symbol of such development. I request all you guys, the juniors, to utilize this library and also cherish these memories of these people. We are going to talk now. So please cherish these memories and do well in the profession. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Lordship. The beginning is perhaps more difficult than anything else, but keep heart. It will turn out all right. These are the words from Vincent van Gogh. When we, the advocates of Madurai bench, were toddlers, we were chiseled and shaped by the legends. And because of them, today we are who we are. I take this opportunity to invite the sculptors to render acceptance speech. To begin with, may I now request Honorable Mr. Justice V. Kanagaraj to deliver his acceptance speech.
First of all, I must thank the organizers of this function, the President of the Madurai Bar Association, Isaac Mohanlal, and his team of advocates. My heart jumped into my mouth when I got invited by them at my residence to visit this place, and the members of the bar and the presiding deities and all. It's not an ordinary occasion or opportunity that is being afforded. This is the only for your kind information, the only occasion that I got to be in your midst today after 20 years. That has been afforded for me by the Bar Association, Madurai Bar. Coming to the subject, actually everything has been spoken about, the character, antecedents, the manner of judgment, the pattern of behavior in the court, in everybody's passion, particularly by Honorable Justice R. Subramanian, who has been so meticulous in watching the sitting deities and their mannerisms for good and everything. Still, in spite of 20 years having gone by, he still remembers as though he witnessed those occasions just a day before or a month before. Thank you very much, sir. First of all, for all your presentations in praise of your seniors. Now, this is the occasion to celebrate the 20th anniversary year of the inauguration of the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court. I expected, in fact, I am at a loss to understand as to why no one has touched the subject as to how it came into being. So far as I am concerned, since I was a presiding judge, Madras High Court, I knew every detail, and unless I spell it today, there will arise no other occasion for me to tell you all. So many hurdles were there by almost all those who were handling the affairs of not only the judiciary but also the government and every organ of the nation by vested interest, overcoming which I am able to assess that it was the then Honorable Chief Justice of the Madras High Court, Honorable Justice Subhash Chandra Reddy. I am sorry, brothers and sisters, no one remembered him today, unless he was so stiff and stern. I don't think that the inauguration would have taken place at that time and the manner in which it happened. In fact, some hurdles were placed from higher-ups. I do not want to mention, not necessarily. There is always an occasion to occur in our country. And Miss Justice Subhash Chandra Reddy quelled every such move, and ultimately, without being able to succeed in their attempt to postpone at least, would have come into existence at any cost. But when? Not in 2004, as we had seen it as a reality. And ultimately, from the newspapers, you could have read it out, especially Hindu. It was in the first court, Honorable Chief Justice Subhash Chandra Reddy raised a question before the Advocate General, then Advocate General. Why Advocate General? I am able to come to understand that the government has not supplied the funds for the construction of the building for the Madurai bench. Advocate General took it very lightly and said, my lord, there is no funds in the government. It appeared in the first page of Hindu. Immediately, Lordship said, oh, is it that no funds available in the state exchequer? Then what business have you got to continue here? I will record it because it was in the court by the Advocate General and pass an order to the effect seeking the President to interfere with so as to pronounce economic emergency in the state, ejecting you from out of the ruling position. So without knowing the consequences, they occurred. The next day, funds were rolling down. That was the dynamic status of Honorable Chief Justice Subhash Chandra Reddy. We were together, watching every moment there. Now Lordship is no more. I am sorry that Lordship died out of time when his father, at the age of 102, was alive. On hearing that from Delhi, I dashed to Hyderabad and inquired about. Madam was not in a position to move out of the room. His son is now a presiding judge in the Telangana High Court at Hyderabad. The second, sir. I would have only remember Shakespeare, what he had heard on the death of Brutus in Julius Caesar. Antony, his political enemy but a friend, was camping nearby. He won the war, quelling Brutus and his forces. So he committed suicide. Messenger came and informed Antony that Brutus was dead. Immediately rose up and set out his prayers and requested the messenger to take him to the place where the body of the noble soul lies. Lead me to that place. Taken, saw the body. Some 4 a place. That is Shakespeare. His life was gentle. All others would have done it, the killing of Caesar, with their own motives. He only, with a general honest thought and common good of far. With a general honest thought and common good of. In many a judgments I have employed it, and wherever noble souls contributed for the country's well-being, made one of them. His life was gentle, and the elements so mixed in it. It very well applies to Honorable Justice Subhash Chandra. His life was gentle, and the elements so mixed in him, who used to tell to whom that nature might stand up and say to all the world, this was a man. மனிதனாய் பிறந்து மனிதனாய் வாழ்ந்து மனிதனாய் They are the noble soul. So, I will be branded ungrateful if I don't remember Justice Subhasan Reddy, the Chief Justice, in connection with the coming into being of this Honorable bench of the Madras. So we have been watching each and every movement of this bench going around. Everything that, how our learned judges, including all the present judges, make excellent judgment. This is an occasion for me to set out my glories to the presiding deities here. Very beautiful. That will always happen and get going without any hazard because the institution is so great. Otherwise, the Honorable Judges of the High Court and Supreme Court would not have been treated on par with Lord Almighty. To the known sources of mankind, I tell you, youngsters, lawyers practicing here, strive the best to become the judge. It is Lord Jesus, it is Lord Allah, it is Lord Buddha, Lord Ishwar, Lord Justice. All those others, excepting Honorable Justice, Lord Justice, are no more in existence, only by thoughts and observation assessed by man. They live, whereas he is a living, only living deity. Only living deity. So, we must feel honored, producing excellent judges and delivering excellent judgment. So, it will get going, no doubt about it, because the institution is so well founded by the British. So, thank you very much, my friends. I must thank all my friends, judges who were together, Honorable Justice KARPAGA, Honorable Justice MURUGESAN. We here used to have our own good times. So this is the only occasion where we have been united again after so long a time. Including the present deities, some of whom are here. So thank you very much for getting me this opportunity to utter something in your midst and to have my own thoughts and observations of this occasion, the credit of which goes to Madurai Bar Association of the Madras, particularly its president and member. I am very much thankful to them for having given me this special occasion to participate. Thank you very much. I will be failing in my duty if I don't thank Madam for having assessed so much about me. Madam N. Krishnaveni, Senior Advocate. I have been wondering after seeing her as to how in this early age, Senior Advocate normally not that much easy to. I got designated only after serving as a High Court judge by the Supreme Court as a senior advocate. So, all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Lordship, for sharing your memories with us. May I now request Honorable Mr. Justice D. Murugesan, former Chief Justice of Delhi High Court, to deliver his acceptance speech.
Good evening to all of you. Honorable Mr. Justice R. Subramanian, Honorable Mr. Justice Vel Murugan, Honorable Mr. Justice Banian Judges, Honorable Mr. Justice M. Karpagam, the former Chief Justice Jharkhand High Court, Honorable Mr. Justice B. KANAGARAJ, Mr. Isaac Mohanlal, the President of MMBA, the Secretaries, members of the Bar, Senior Advocates, and the staff. It is really an honor for me and my other two elder brothers for the association to call us today and felicitate. Before I share my thoughts, let me thank Mr. Arul Vadivel, who spoken about me a lot. Thank you very much, Mr. Senior Advocate. This High Court building, most of you may not know as to how it was built and came into being. My role in this bench is on twofold. One is prior to the establishment, and the other one is after the establishment. As my brother Justice KANAGARAJ told, that this bench would not be there unless the effective steps, the bold step at his cost was taken by Justice Subhasan. He spoke about the certain hurdles for establishing this bench. Therefore, I don't want to speak about that. But there is other story. I was sitting sometime during the middle of 2003 with the Chief Justice Subhasan Reddy in the bench. All those things which Justice Nagaraj was telling, including the court has to pass orders on financial emergency, happened at that time. After the post-lunch session, we were having a cup of coffee in his chamber, and the Chief Justice asked me whether there was a construction going on. We do not know what is the construction. Therefore, we should visit the building. Therefore, we will go tomorrow. You will not waste time. We will go tomorrow. Therefore, that was the first time both the Chief Justice and myself came here. And there was a skeleton, just like a big hall, big pillars, without any shape, without any access to the court halls, so many things. And he was not happy. And he said that we must do something. Immediately, when Chief Justice was here, then Chief Engineer Public Works Department and other officers were also here. And he directed to hand over the supervision of this building to the High Court. That is how the High Court took over the all further construction activities of this building. He immediately appointed a committee where I was one of the members with Justice Govindarajan, Justice E. Bhatmanathan, and we used to visit every Saturday to this building. And we can't do anything about this design and all because already the construction had gone up to the first floor. Then we went back and reported to the Chief Justice, and they said that brother, we will have to do something about the court halls. It has to be furnished just like the Supreme Court halls. He immediately said, tomorrow you are going to visit the Supreme Court. That was a Saturday. He immediately called the registrar of the Supreme Court. My judge is coming tomorrow. Please give permission. This is the Chief Justice talking to the registrar. Just keep it. And next day, myself, the Chief Engineer of Public Works Department, Chief Electrical Engineer, and Chief Architect of the Government of Tamil Nadu. We visited the Supreme Court, first court halls and some other court halls. And I reported the design to the Chief Justice. He directed the government to do the same thing, same way all court halls to be furnished. That is how you see all this wooden paneling and concealed the cupboards, the dais height, seating arrangements, everything was made. This is one part of his contribution through us. How meticulously he organized. The next thing is, he said that we will have to install the Gandhi statue. Then he constituted another committee. Myself, Justice Govindaraj and Justice Nana Prakash. We went to a village near Porur where somebody was doing all these things, and we went there. And every month we used to visit that place. And after 6 months, to our shock, when he called us that the statue was ready, and we went there to our shock, that the length below the hip and the above hip, did not suit. The upper portion was short, the lower portion was lengthier. Therefore, it has to be done again. That was how some delay in the. Therefore, he said that it has to be in Pakka and we will have to take the photograph, show him, and he will approve it. Like that, for each and every aspect of this building was supervised by Justice Subhasan Reddy. Therefore, as rightly pointed out by Justice KANAGARAJ, so long as this building is there, nobody can forget that. It is his contribution. And as Justice Subramanian was telling, the Memorandum Day, we were discussing in Chennai as to the inauguration. There were some issues which we can't openly tell. There were some serious issues. Then he said in a full court that we are going to inaugurate the building. He did not reveal the date. And all of a sudden, one day he called Saturday morning, we are inaugurating. We said, Chief, for Hindus, Saturday, please. No. There is an urgency, we will have to do it. Within a week, he organized and he inaugurated. In Saturday, you just see this building was inaugurated on Saturday. Therefore, that is how this building came up. There are a lot of other stories, just like laying of saplings. And the first 6 saplings were planted immediately on the completion of the construction. The first one was by Justice Subhasan Reddy. Second one was Mrs. Subhasan Reddy. Third one was Justice Dinagar. And fourth one was mine. Thereafter, Justice Pulasagara took the lead and he brought 300 and odd trees from Valbuti, free of cost from some farm. And he is the instrumental to plant all these things along with Justice Raviraj. This is all the story. All these things we narrate only. We recollect what we have done to this building. And some of the advocates may not know what we have done. There is one more person. I must not forget to tell his name and remember. Mr. Velachani, advocate of the district. Whenever I used to visit for this building, he will be at least either in the airport or in the railway station to receive me with a shawl. And he will be with me till I return. So dedicated man. And his contribution for giving some advice, this is how, that is how. This, therefore, I am really happy to recall Mr. Velachani at this point of time. Then there was a huge problem as far as the advocates are concerned. When I told Justice Subhasan Reddy, High Court cannot function without the advocates. It can't function with judges only, advocates. For advocates, we must have the facilities, that is the chambers. There was no provision when the building was constructed for construction of lawyers' chamber. The government was very much adamant because that fund problem, as Justice KANAGARAJ was telling. Then ultimately, he said that without lawyers' chambers, then we will not be inaugurating the building. You make a provision and you just promises, but ultimately we will have to fight. In fact, I had to visit the Chief Secretary once personally, and they provided 3 floors. Ultimately, I said 4. Then they said that we will put the provision for 4th floor at the latter point of time. That is how they sanctioned the 3 floors, fund for 3 floors, and thereafter it was constructed. This is how some of the fights which we had with the government to bring this building. Now we see it is standing tall to all of us. This is one story. The other story is, that is my role as a judge. At the time when we came here, the strength of the High Court was 21. And as per the notification, 5 judges were sent. First, the problem faced by the judges, there were no provision as Justice Subramanian was telling. And we had to face daily so many snakes here. And we will have to buy food in Otakadai, some roadside shop in a plastic box. This is how most of the judges spend our time. For the first sitting, I was continuously sitting for around 7 to 8 months, and the maximum period was by Justice Khalifullah. Continuously, he was sitting around 10 months. And when we faced this food problem, we tried to call our family members to come here, and they politely refused because of the snakes. Because of the snakes, you can't walk after 6 o'clock. And I could see snake in my house also inside Bangalore. These are all some of the sacrifice made by the judges. And now we are all very happy. And in the bench, this is my personal perception. When a writ petition is posted before me, there are 2 things are open. One, whether to admit or to dismiss. As far as the admission is concerned, interim orders are another. I always used to find one reason to admit, not one reason to dismiss. This is the principle I followed, because a person coming to the court will have definitely some grievance and will have some expectation of justice from the court. All right, admission, let the other side come and we will hear it. Secondly, for interim orders, if some irreparable damage will happen if no interim orders are given, it should be granted. More or less the same approach. This is how I used to put the justice before the law. Law is for everybody. We will have to follow it. But justice is beyond that. Doing justice is the most important functions of the judges. But sometimes we should not exceed the boundaries. That is the limit. This is how we conducted the proceedings, keeping in mind that when this building bench was inaugurated, almost I can say 90% of the advocates who are appearing are from the district courts. They may be well versed with the civil litigation, they may be well versed with the criminal litigation, but not so in writ side. Therefore, we should not blame. As Mr. Isaac Mohanlal said, if we are going to be harsh, then the juniors, and for that matter, some of the seniors may not enter into the premises at all. But we try to give an impression that you are welcome to the court. You will not be found fault with any of your mistakes. That is how we approached. We encouraged the juniors. We could see a lot of the juniors who were there at the time. Now the seniors. I have got a list. I was very happy to go through the list of a number of designated seniors who were practicing in the district court and started practicing here. And I got a list of designated senior advocates who came in the year 2004 from Chennai here. And the list is so long I have got, but it will take time. I will have to give to Justice Karpaga also. This should be a eagerly too. Therefore, it gives us immense happiness and pleasure to see that this building has started as a sapling in 2004, is standing tall today. And it has produced any number of senior advocates and any number of good advocates now who are handling the cases in Madras High Court and the Supreme Court also. Equally, when there was a discussion in the full court and later after the administrative committee discussion, we insisted, few judges, just like myself and Justice Khalifullah, Raviraja Pandian and all, we insisted that advocates from Madurai bench should be elevated. That is how the first elevation was of an advocate from this court was Justice Nagamatu. He was elevated, the first advocate, he was elevated to the bench. Now I could see any number of advocates who have been elevated as a judge from this bar. This is the real happiness which we have. This is the sapling which we have planted, and it is producing the results today. Therefore, not only that happiness, you still remember us and call us, you felicitate. This is a good attitude, and this association, and there is another association, Women Lawyers Association. In fact, I contributed some books, and it's there in the library. The association which saw those days was different, but it is today it's good, because it was very difficult to manage the association at the earlier point. But we can't find fault with it, because there is a conflict. See, we come from Madras High Court, they come from district courts, and there is their approach is different, our approach is different. When we say that this is not correct, they say it is correct, like that. Therefore, now everything is settled. It has reached, this High Court bench has reached the height up to the level of Madras bench. And I can very well say that the advocates are no less than the advocates who are practicing the Madras High Court. They have developed very much, they have improved very much, and still we cannot satisfy ourselves. We should not stop with that, and we will have to improve much more. Lastly, for junior advocates, some of the junior advocates, I used to say in all things. In fact, one thing that was mentioned, that orientation course is also very much relevant to be mentioned here. Myself and Raviraja Pandian used to conduct orientation classes for drafting to the junior advocates, including drafting, how to present the cases before the court. All those things we did it. Now, all that junior advocates must learn from your seniors. Be honest to your client. Be honest to your court. Be honest to your fellow advocates also. If you follow this, you will be also a senior, you will be also a renowned advocate in the years to come. With these few words, I conclude my speech, and I once again thank the entire office bearers and the advocates here for honoring us like this. And as Mr. Isaac Mohanlal, I used to visit frequently, I used to stay there. But evening I will come, morning I will go, but next time I will try to make it to come and stay here for a cup of coffee with you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lordship. May I now request Honorable Mr. Justice M. KARPAGA Vinayagam, former Chief Justice of the Jharkhand High Court, to deliver his acceptance speech.
My humble pranams to the lotus feet of Bhagavan Satya Sai Baba. My humble salutations to the honorable judges on the dais, and my brothers and sisters of this august audience. At the outset, I must appreciate the team of this MMBA to think of this function and to arrange these functions and all with the former judges and lawyers. It's a very good thought. It's a team. T-E-A-M. Together each achieve more. That's called a team. It's a good team under Isaac Mohanlal and Saravanakumar. We have to appreciate them. Two things I have to tell. One thing and all, This function started in Tamil Thai Valtu. In Supreme Court, there is a Friday group is there. Every Friday, we invite sitting judges or former judges or senior counsel to talk about some subject, law subject. It's a Friday group, is a library too and all. Every Friday, last week and all, 324 meetings were held. Apart from that, we have started a Tamil உச்ச நீதிமன்ற வழக்கறிஞர்கள் இலக்கிய கழகம். தமிழ் நவம்பர் மாதம் ஆரம்பித்த இலக்கிய கழகம். ராமசுப்ரமணியம் தான் அதை துவக்கி வைத்தவர். அடுத்து விஸ்வநாதன், அடுத்து சுந்தரேஸ்வர், இப்படிப்பட்ட தமிழ் பேசுகிற ஜட்ஜஸ் எல்லாம் வந்து பேசினார்கள். அதே போல வழக்கறிஞர்களும் 200 வழக்கறிஞர்கள், ஒவ்வொரு மீட்டிங்க்கும் 200 லாயர்ஸ் வருவாங்க. தமிழ்ல பேசுற போது என்ன அன்பம், அதுவும் டெல்லியில 200 லாயர்ஸ். அதே போல நீங்களும் ஒரு ஃப்ரைடே மீட்டிங் ஆரம்பிங்களேன். அதை போல ஒரு இலக்கிய கழகத்தை நீங்களும் ஆரம்பியுங்கள். ஏன்னா நீங்க டிஸ்ட்ரிக்ட் கோர்ட்ல தமிழ்ல ஆர்கியூ பண்ணலாம். தமிழ்ல ஆர்கியூ பண்ணா கிளைண்ட்ஸ் ரொம்ப அப்ரிஷியேட் பண்ணுவாங்க, ஜட்ஜஸ்க்கும் ரொம்ப மகிழ்ச்சியா இருக்கும். நான் வந்து இங்க பிராக்டிஸ் பண்ணும்போது ஜஸ்ட் செங்கோட்டையில தமிழ்ல ஆர்கியூ பண்ணேன். அவர் அலோவ் பண்ணாரு, நான் பேசினேன். நான் தமிழ்ல ஆர்கியூ பண்ணதுக்காக உத்தரவு கொடுத்தாரு. வாழ்க்கையிலே you must love your job. If you love your job, job will love you. The அன்பு basically, you may be a good judge, but be a good human being. That is important. Be humane. வாழ்க்கையிலே நாம் எல்லாம் சாதிக்க பிறந்தவர்கள், சம்பாதிப்பதற்காக பிறக்கவில்லை. வாழ்க்கையில் நாம் எல்லாம் சாதிக்க பிறந்தவர்கள், ஜாதிக்காக பிறக்கவில்லை. என்னை பொறுத்தவரையிலே ஒரு வேண்டுகோள், ஆப்ரஹாம் லிங்கன் பள்ளியிலே படிக்கிற போது ஆசிரியர் கேட்டார், என்னவாக விரும்புகிறாய்? ஒருவர் இன்ஜினியர் என்கிறார், ஒருவர் டாக்டர் என்கிறார், ஒருவர் பெரிய பாலிட்டிஷியன் ஆகின்றார். இவர் சொன்னார், நான் அமெரிக்காவினுடைய ஜனாதிபதியாக வேண்டும். ஆப்ரஹாம் லிங்கன். என்ன காரணம் என்றால், இந்த கருப்பர்களை நாம் உயர்த்த வேண்டும், அவர்கள் மனிதர்கள், அவர்களை உயர்த்த வேண்டும் என்று சொன்ன ஆப்ரஹாம் லிங்கன் பல தேர்தல்களில் வெற்றி பெறாமல் தோற்கடிக்கப்பட்டார். ஆனால் கைவிடவில்லை, முயற்சியும் அவரை ஆப்ரஹாம் லிங்கனை பிரசிடண்டாக ஆக்க செய்தது காரணம் ட்ரீம், கனவு. அந்த கனவை நீங்களும் செய்யுங்கள். என்னவென்று, பிரசிடண்ட் ஆவதில்லை, நல்ல ஜட்ஜாக உருவாக வேண்டும் என்ற ட்ரீமை நீங்கள் மனதிலே கொள்ளுங்கள். நான்லாம் ஜட்ஜாகன்னு நினைக்கவே இல்லை. நான் நடிச்ச நாடகங்களுடைய எண்ணிக்கை 1500 நாடகங்கள். அவ்வளவுலையும் ஹீரோவை ஆக்ட் பண்ணேன். அப்ப நான் ஹீரோ மாதிரி இருந்தேன். என்ன காரணம்னா, எங்க ஃபேமிலியில் நான் தான் டல்லு. ஆனால் அந்த சத்திய சோதனை புத்தகமும் விவேகானந்தருடைய புத்தகமும் என்னை உருவாக்கி கொள்ள வேண்டும் என்கிற அந்த துடிப்பு, இந்த உந்துதல் எனக்குள்ளே ஏற்பட்டு படித்தேன். இருந்தாலும் நீங்க கேள்விப்பட்டிருப்பீங்க, சேவா ஸ்டேஜ்னு ஒரு அமைப்பு உண்டு சென்னையில, சகசரநாமம். அருமையான நடிகர். எனக்கு எல்லா ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸும் என்னோட இந்த பிரதர்ஸ்லாம் நல்லா படிக்கிறாங்க, எனக்கு படிக்க முடியல. அதனால இனிமே நாடகத்தையா சேர்ந்துருவோம். அப்ப நல்லா நிறைய முடி இருக்கும். நாடகத்துல சேர்ந்தேன். நான் லா படிக்கிறேங்கிறதுக்காக சகசரநாமம் என்னை வந்து பாஞ்சாலி சபதத்துல பாரதியார் ஆக்ட் பண்ண சொன்னார். ரொம்ப பாடம் பண்ணி ஒப்பிச்சேன். அதுல இருந்து ஒவ்வொரு நாடகத்திலும் நான் தான் ஹீரோ. நவாப் டார்காலியும் நாடகத்துல ஹீரோ நான் தான். ஆனா படத்துல என்ன எடுத்துக்கல, ஜெய்சங்கர் ஆக்ட் பண்ணார். நல்லவேளை அப்படி போயிருந்தோம்னா அப்படி வேற மாதிரி போயிருக்கணும். வாழ்க்கையில எப்படி நம்ம நினைக்கிறோம், எப்படி முடியுதுங்கிறது நம்ம கையில இல்லை. இருந்தாலும் முயற்சி, உழைப்பு, 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 உழை உழை உழை, உழைக்காமல் பிழைப்பது பிழை 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 என்றார் வாலி. உழைக்கணும். அதை விட என்னன்னா, நேர்மையா இருக்கணும், நாணயமா இருக்கணும். நேர்மையா இருக்கிறதுல இருக்கிற நிம்மதி இருக்குல்ல, வேற எதுலையுமே இல்லை. பணம் இன்னைக்கு போகும், நாளைக்கு வரும். பணத்தால் படுக்கையை வாங்கலாம், தூக்கத்தை வாங்க முடியாது. பணத்தால் புத்தகத்தை வாங்கலாம், அறிவை வாங்க முடியாது. பணத்தால் உடையை வாங்கலாம், அழகை வாங்க முடியாது. பணத்தால் உணவை வாங்கலாம், ருசியை வாங்க முடியாது, பசியை வாங்க முடியாது. பணத்தால் மருந்தை வாங்கலாம், ஆரோக்கியத்தை வாங்க முடியாது. பணத்தால் லக்ஸரிஸை வாங்கலாம், ஆடம்பரத்தை வாங்கலாம், திருப்தியை வாங்க முடியாது. பணத்தால் ஆயுதத்தை வாங்கலாம், தைரியத்தை வாங்க முடியாது. பணத்தால் சிலுவையை வாங்கலாம், சொர்க்கத்தை வாங்க முடியாது. பணத்தால் உறவினர்களை வாங்கலாம், சொந்தத்தை வாங்க முடியாது. பணத்தால் கோவிலை வாங்கலாம், தெய்வத்தை வாங்க முடியாது. Money is a mere instrument, but we are not for getting money. We are to be valued by the values we possess. We are not to be valued by the valuables we possess. We are to be valued by the values we possess. அந்த பண்புகள் தமிழ்ல இலக்கிய கழகம் ஆகியோன அடிப்படையில பண்புகள் இருக்கணும். அந்த அன்பு இருக்கணும். லவ் யுவர் நெய்பர், லவ் யுவர் ஜாப், லவ் யுவர் பெர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ். நல்லா ஆர்கியூ பண்ணி உங்களுக்கு உத்தரவு கிடைக்கலன்னு இல்ல, பட் யூ கேன் என்ஜாய் பெர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ். அதான் அன்பு. அன்புக்கு அழகு அறிவு, அறிவுக்கு அழகு ஒழுக்கம், ஒழுக்கத்திற்கு அழகு படிப்பு, படிப்புக்கு அழகு பட்டம், பட்டத்திற்கு அழகு வேலை, வேலைக்கு அழகு ஊதியம், ஊதியத்திற்கு அழகு சேமிப்பு, சேமிப்புக்கு அழகு கொடை, கொடைக்கு அழகு கருணை, கருணைக்கு அழகு அருள், அருளுக்கு அழகு ஆண்டவன், ஆண்டவனுக்கு அழகு பக்தி, பக்திக்கு அழகு அன்பு, அன்புக்கு அழகு அறிவு. ஆக அன்பும் அறிவும் சேர்ந்தால்தான் அது முழுமை. தமிழ் சொல்லி பிடிப்பது இலக்கியங்கள் இருக்கிறது. பாரதியார் சொன்னது போல சொன்னாரு, அதாவது இரவாத புகழுடைய தமிழ் நூல்கள் தமிழ் மொழியில் வர வேண்டும், பாரதியனுடைய ஒரு கோரிக்கை. இரண்டாவது, பிற நாட்டு நல்லறிஞர் சாத்திரங்கள் தமிழ் மொழியில் பெயர்த்தல் வேண்டும். அதை விட சொன்னார், தேமதுர தமிழோசை உலகலாம் பரவும் வகை செய்ய வேண்டும். என்ன அழகான பாரதியனுடைய மகா கவிஞன் பாரதி. அதெல்லாம் இப்ப டெல்லியில சொல்லும் பொழுது தமிழ் தெரியாதவங்க கூட வந்து கேட்கறாங்க அட்வொகேட்ஸ். விக்டரி. வாழ்க்கையில நேர்மைதான் முக்கியம். உண்மையில நடந்த ஒரு சம்பவம், டிவிஎஸ்னு ஒரு கம்பெனி இருக்கு பஸ் டிரான்ஸ்போர்ட். அதுல வந்து கண்டக்டர் எல்லாம் கேட்கிறாரு, டிக்கெட் கேட்கிறாரு. அப்ப ஒரு கார் நிக்குது, கார்ல இருந்து ஒருத்தர் வந்து ஏறாரு பஸ்ல. அவர்கிட்ட போய் டிக்கெட் கேட்கிறாரு கண்டக்டர், காசு கொடுங்க. அவர் சொல்றாரு, யார் தெரியுமாண்ணா, நான் தான் ஓனருடைய சன்னு, நீ என்கிட்ட டிக்கெட் கேட்கறியா? இல்லைங்க, நான் வந்து கடமை, டிக்கெட் கொடுங்க, பணத்தை கொடுங்க. இல்லைன்னா நான் வாங்கலைன்னு என்ன செய்வேன், கீழே இறக்கி விட்டுருவேன், விசில் அடிப்பேன், கீழே இறக்கி விட்டுருவேன், போக சொல்லுவாங்க. அப்படியா? வேற வழியே இல்லை. பணத்தை கொடுத்தாரு, டிக்கெட் வாங்கினாரு, கீழே இறங்கினாரு. இறங்கும் போது கண்டக்டர், நாளைக்கு உன்னுடைய வேலை இருக்காது, ஐ வில் ரிப்போர்ட் டு மை ஃபாதர். உடனே வீட்டுக்கு போனான். அம்மா மடியில உட்காந்து அழுகிறான், அம்மா இந்த மாதிரி கேட்டேன், நாளைக்கு வேலை போகுது. அந்த அம்மா சொல்றா, கவலைப்படாது, நீ நேர்மையா இருந்த, கடமையை செய்த, வேலை போனாலும் போயிட்டு போகுது அப்படின்னு அம்மா சொன்னா. உடனே தைரியமா போனா. பட் அவனுக்கு தெரியும், சரி ரிசல்ட் ஃபெயில் ஆயிடும் அப்படிங்கிற எண்ணத்தோட போறான். 12 மணி ஆயிடுச்சு, 12:30 மணி ஆயிடுச்சு, 1 மணி ஆயிடுச்சு. முதலாளி கூப்பிட்டாரு. அவனுக்கு தெரியும், சரி சம்பளத்தை வாங்கிட்டு போகணும். போறானா, என்னப்பா, ஏப்பா என்னுடைய சன்னுக்கு டிக்கெட் கேட்டியா, கம்பல் பண்ணி அவர் வாங்கிட்டியா? ஆமையா, அது என்னுடைய கடமை இல்லையா? சரி, வேற கவுண்டருக்கு போ, உன்னுடைய அரியத்தெல்லாம் வாங்கிக்க, நாளையில இருந்து நீ கண்டக்டர் இல்லை போ அப்படின்ட்டான். போகும்போது சொல்லிட்டு போ. கவுண்டர்ல போனாரு, மாணாரு. மறுபடியும் திரும்பி போது, ஐயா நான் புறப்படுறேன், நன்றி எனக்கு வேலை கொடுத்தீங்க, நன்றி, நான் வேலை இடத்துல வேலை பார்த்தேன், ஒன்னு போக விட மாட்டேன். நாளையில இருந்து நீ கண்டக்டர் இல்ல, நாளையில இருந்து செக்கிங் இன்ஸ்பெக்டர் நீ தான். நேர்மைக்கு கிடைச்ச பரிசு பாருங்க. உண்மையிலே நடந்த சம்பவம். நாளையில இருந்து செக்கிங் இன்ஸ்பெக்டர் ப்ரமோஷன். இதை விட என்ன பண்ணும்? வாழ்க்கையில உழைப்பு, நேர்மை, நாணயம். அந்த நாணயமா இருக்கிறதுல இருக்கிற மகிழ்ச்சி இருக்க வேற எதுலையுமே இல்லை. அந்த நாணயத்துல இருக்கிறவங்க, நான் சொல்லணும், என்னுடைய வேண்டுகோள் எல்லாம் இந்த மதுரை பாருக்கு, ஹேவ் அ குட் எய்ம், ஹை ஆஸ்பிரேஷன், பெருசா வரணும், நல்ல லாயர் ஆகணும், உழைக்கணும், ஏழைகளுக்கு இலவசமா நீங்க அப்பியர் ஆகுங்க. அதே மாதிரி நல்ல ஜட்ஜா வாங்க, நீதியை செலுத்துங்க. சர்வீஸ் டு சொசைட்டி இஸ் தி கிரேட்டஸ்ட். மேக் அதர்ஸ் ஹாப்பி. If you want to feel happy, make others happy, you will be happy. கொடுத்து பாருங்கள். என்ன உங்களுக்கு வருமானம் இருக்கோ அந்த வருமானத்துல ஒரு பகுதியை கொடுத்து பாருங்கள். அவ்வளவுதான் பெரிய விஷயம். ஆசிரியரை மதியுங்கள், ஆசிரியருடைய ஆசீர்வாதத்தை பெறுங்கள். ஒரு பிளைட் போயிட்டு இருக்கு, பைலட் வந்து திடீர்னு பிளைட் ஆடுது. உடனே பைலட் உள்ள வந்து, ஐயா பிளைட் ஒரு மாதிரியா ட்ரிஸ் ஆகுது, எனக்கு பேராசூட் இருக்கு, நான் எடுத்துட்டு போறேன், நான் கீழே போயிடுறேன். மற்ற 2 பேராசூட் இருக்கு, அதுல யாராவது உங்க எடுத்து போட்டுக்கன்னா ஆசிரியர் சொல்றாரு, மாணவா நீ போ. இங்க 3 பேர் உட்காந்துருக்காங்க, பைலட் போயாச்சு, 2 பேராசூட் இருக்கு, அதுல ஒரு பாலிட்டிஷியன் ஒருத்தர் இருக்காரு. பாலிட்டிஷியன் என்ன பண்ணாரு, அந்த ஒரு பாராசூட் எடுத்து அவர் கீழே போயிடுறாரு. நான் மறுபடியும் கவுன்சிலருக்கு நிற்கணும் இருக்காங்க. டீச்சர் என்ன சொல்றாரு, ஒரே ஒரு பாராசூட். டீச்சர் என்ன சொல்றாரு, பையனை பார்த்து, நீ மாணவன் வளரணும் இப்போ. அவர் சொல்றாரு, ஐயா நீங்க ஆசிரியர், பல மாணவர்களை உருவாக்க வேண்டும், நீங்க போங்க, என்னுடைய கட்டளை, நீ போ. சரின்ட்டு போறான். போய் பாராசூட் எடுக்கிறாப்புல. சார் 2 பாராசூட் இருக்கு சார். இப்ப இன்னொரு பாராசூட் எடுத்துட்டு போனானே பாலிட்டிஷியன். இல்ல சார் அவர் பாராசூட் எடுக்கல, என் ஸ்கூல் பேக் எடுத்து போயிட்டாரு. அப்போ கீழே போயிருப்பானா? இல்ல சார் மேல போயிருப்பான் சார். எப்படி ஒரு ஆசிரியருக்காக தன்னுடைய உயிர் போனாலும் சரி, ஆசிரியருக்கு அந்த ஆசீர்வாதம், என்னுடைய ஆசீர்வாதம். எனக்கெல்லாம் ஆசீர்வாதம் வந்து நான் வந்து ஜெயிச்சாவேன்னு கனவுலையும் நினைக்கல. டிராமாவில் ஆக்ட் பண்ணணும், சினிமாவில் ஆக்ட் பண்ணணும், பங்களா வாங்கணும், பணம் வாங்கணும், அந்த காலத்து ஆசை. ஆனா என்னை உருவாக்கியவர் முன்னாள் முதலமைச்சர் எம்ஜிஆர் அவர்கள். அவருக்கு நான் ஒன்றும் செய்யல. எனக்கு வந்து முக்கியமான குற்றம் வந்து கொலை குற்றத்தை விட கரப்ஷன் ரொம்ப சீரியஸ் நான் நினைக்கிறேன். கரப்ஷன்ங்கிறது இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷனை கற்பழிக்கிறது, இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷனை கொலை பண்றதுதான் கரப்ஷன் அப்படின்ற என்னுடைய அபிப்பிராயம். நேர்மையா இருக்கணும், கிடைக்கையோ இல்லையோ நேர்மையா இருக்கும். அந்த நேர்மையில் இருக்கிற நிம்மதி, மகிழ்ச்சி வேறு எதுலையுமே கிடைக்காது. அவருக்காக அவர் கட்சியில விலக்கப்பட்ட நாங்க 10 அட்வொகேட்ஸை கூட்டு போய் நான் அந்த பார்ட்டியில சேர்ந்து அவருக்காக ஜெயிலுக்கு போனேன். என்ன கேட்டேன்னா, ஐயா உங்களை விலக்கிட்டாங்க, நான் ஜெயிலுக்கு போறேன் உண்ணாவிரதம் வந்து அப்படின்ட்டு. என்ன விலக்கிறதுக்காக நீங்க இருக்காதீங்க, நாட்டுல லஞ்சம் விரிச்சாடுது, அதுக்காக என்கொயரி கமிஷன் அமைக்கணும்னு சொல்லி சென்ட்ரல் கவர்மெண்ட் கேளுங்க போங்க என்னாரு. அதே போல 5 பேர் உட்கார்ந்து அண்ணா சிலைக்கு முன்னாடி உண்ணாவிரதம் 10 மணிக்கு. எங்களுக்கு வேடிக்கையா இருந்தது, அப்பெல்லாம் மேரேஜ் ஆகல, இல்ல ஃப்ரீயா இருந்தது. உடனே போலீஸ் வந்தது, அரெஸ்ட் பண்ணிச்சு. அப்ப ரிமாண்ட் பண்றவரு டெப்டி கமிஷனர் தான் ரிமாண்ட் பண்றவரு. எங்களுக்கு போட்டது எம்ஜிஆர் செக்ஷன் எஃப்ஐஆர்ல. அரெஸ்ட் பண்ணி உள்ள கொண்டு போனாங்க. 10 நாள் இருந்தோம். இந்த 10 நாள்ல என்ஜாய் பண்ணது, 5 மணிக்கு இந்த மாங்காய் தேங்காய் சுண்டல்னு ஒன்று கொடுப்பாங்களே, டேஸ்டி. நான் ஜட்ஜ் ஆன பிறகு அந்த அந்த இதுக்காக பேசுறதுக்காக, லீகல பேசுறதுக்காக போய் சாப்பிட்டேன். என்னன்னா, எதையும் பாசிட்டிவா எடுத்துங்க, எதையும் என்ஜாய் பண்ணுங்க. தோல்வின்னா கூட என்ஜாய் பண்ணுங்க. சில சமயங்கள நல்ல கும்பிடு போட்டு ஆர்டர் ஆனோடனே கும்பிடு போட்டுட்டு வெளியே வந்தேன்னா அந்த சோக்கிதார் கேட்பார், இல்லப்பா நான் கும்பிடு போட்டது எனக்கு ஆர்டர் கிடைக்கல அப்படின்னு சொல்லக்கூடிய வாய்ப்புகள் இருந்தது. அதுல வாழ்க்கையில வந்து நம்ம வந்து சாதிக்கணும். உங்களுக்கு வைக்கிற வாழ்வுகள் வந்து நீங்க இன்னும் உருவாகணும். Don't compare yourself with others, but compare yourself of last week. Don't compare yourself of last month, last year. உயருங்கள், உயருங்கள், உயருங்கள். உயர்வதற்காக வாழ்ந்திருக்கிறீர்கள், பிறந்திருக்கிறீர்கள். பிறப்பு நம்முடைய பிறப்புல இருந்தாலும் மறைந்தாலும் பேர் சொல்ல வேண்டும். இவர் போல யார் என்று ஊர் சொல்ல வேண்டும். சாதிக்க வேண்டும். மாபெரும் சமூகத்தில் நீ நடந்தால் உனக்கு மாலைகள் விழ வேண்டும். மாற்று குறையாத மன்னன் என்று போற்றி புகழ வேண்டும். அதுதான் வாழ்க்கை. வாழ்க்கையில சொல்லுவாங்க, எது வாழ்க்கை? மனிதன் இறைவனுக்கு சொன்னது திருப்புகழ், இறைவன் மனிதனுக்கு சொன்னது பகவத்கீதை, மனிதன் மனிதனுக்கு சொன்னது திருக்குறள். ஆனால் மனைவி கணவனுக்கு சொன்னது வாழ்க்கை. அந்த வாழ்க்கையை கற்றுக்கொள்ள வேண்டும். வாழ்க்கை தான். செடிக்கு அழகு மலர்கள், காற்றுக்கு அழகு தென்றல், வானத்துக்கு அழகு நிலவு, குயிலுக்கு அழகு கூவல், குதிரைக்கு அழகு ஓட்டம், கோட்டைக்கு அழகு அரண், கடலுக்கு அழகு அலைகள், உடலுக்கு அழகு உயர்ந்த உள்ளம், நகருக்கு அழகு தெருக்கள், நாட்டுக்கு அழகு நதிகள், காட்டுக்கு அழகு மரங்கள், வீட்டுக்கு அழகு முற்றம், மயிலுக்கு அழகு தோகை, மனிதனுக்கு அழகு ஒழுக்கம், ஒழுக்கம், ஒழுக்கம். அதுதான் அழகு. வாழ்க்கையில் அந்த உணர்வுகளை பெற வேண்டும், உழைக்க வேண்டும், உயர வேண்டும். இப்பெல்லாம் எங்களை கூப்பிட்டு தயாரான பிறகு கூட கூப்பிட்டு பேச போய்க்கிறீங்களா? அதுதான் உங்களுக்கு நீங்க கொடுக்குற ஜட்மெண்ட். ரிட்டையர்மெண்ட் இஸ் நாட் a retirement, it is a retirement. நேத்து என்பது உடைந்து போன பானை, நாளை என்பது மதில் மேல் பூனை, இன்று என்பது கையில் கிடைத்த வீணை. மீட்டுவோம், மீட்டுவோம். Yesterday is a waste paper. Yesterday is a waste paper. Today is a newspaper. Today is a newspaper. Tomorrow is a question paper. What is the answer paper? Your life. Knowledge without wisdom Knowledge is important, more important wisdom. Knowledge without wisdom. Scholarship without determination. Music without melody. Learning without humility. Speech without truth. Friendship without gratitude. Society without discipline. Worthless, meaningless, tasteless. Satya Sai Baba சொல்லுவார் 10 commandments. When I abide it. B, double letters, use it. Ego, 3 letters, kill it. Love, 4 letters, value it. Smile, 5 letters, keep it. Rumor, 6 letters, ignore it. Success, 7 letters, achieve it. Jealousy, 8 letters, distance it. Knowledge, 9 letters, acquire it. Discipline, 10 letters, maintain it. That's a discipline. சொல்லுவார் discipline என்ன? It has got a meaning. DISC, 10 letters. What is the alphabet number of D? 4. I, 9. S, 19. C, 3. P, 16. L, 12. I, 9. N, 14. E, 5. Have the total 100. So if only you got a full 100, you will be a man disciplined. வாழ்க்கையில் நேர்மை வேண்டும், நியாயம் வேணும், எல்லாரும் மேல வரணும். இந்த வளர்ச்சி பத்தாது, மேல வரணும் 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 அந்த எண்ணம், அதுதான் வாழ்க்கையில் அழகு. நம்முடைய டிரைவர் நம்மளை பார்த்து பெருமை பண்ணணும், நம்முடைய பேர பிள்ளைகள் நம்மளை பார்த்து பெருமை பண்ணணும், நம்ம மனைவி நம்மளை பார்த்து பெருமை பண்ணணும். மனைவிட்ட கேட்டா ஐயா எங்கன்னா ஐயா எங்கேயே போயிருக்கோம் அப்படி சொல்லக்கூடாது. அதுதான் வாழ்க்கை. கணவனுக்காக வாழ்வதுதான் மனைவி. மனைவி அமைவதெல்லாம் இறைவன் கொடுத்த வரம். அதை விட கணவன் அமைவதெல்லாம் இறைவன் கொடுத்த வரம். அதுதான் உண்மை. இந்த பாருங்க, இந்த பெண்கள் எல்லாம் கைதட்டுறாங்க பாரு. வாழ்க்கையில் அதுதான் அழகு. அதாவது கற்கள் ஒழுங்குபடுத்தப்படும் போது அது என்னவாகிறது? சிலையாகிறது. சொற்கள் ஒழுங்குபடுத்தப்படும் போது அது என்னவாகிறது? கவிதையாகிறது. கோடுகள் ஒழுங்குபடுத்தப்படும் போது அது என்னவாகிறது? ஓவியமாகிறது. உடல் அசைவுகள் ஒழுங்குபடுத்தப்படும் போது அது என்னவாகிறது? நாட்டியமாகிறது. சப்தம் ஒழுங்குபடுத்தப்படும் போது அது என்னவாகிறது? சங்கீதமாகிறது. சாதனைகள் ஒழுங்குபடுத்தப்படும் போது அது என்னவாகிறது? சரித்திரமாகிறது. மலர்கள் ஒழுங்குபடுத்தப்படும் போது என்னவாகிறது? மாலையாகிறது. மனம் ஒழுங்குபடுத்தப்படும் போது என்னவாகிறது? அவன் புனிதமாகிறது. மனிதன் ஒழுங்குபடுத்தப்படும் போது அவன் என்னவாகிறான்? மனிதன் ஒழுங்குபடுத்தப்படும் போது அவன் தெய்வமாகிறான். அதுதான் வாழ்க்கை. எல்லாரும் பார்த்து பெருமைப்படணும். ரோட்ல போனோம்னா எல்லாரும் வணங்கணும். அழகான முகம் அனைவரையும் வசீகரிக்கும், அழகான மனம் அனைவரையும் வணங்க வைக்கும். I see the LED bulbs in all your faces. Why? Happy. சிரித்த முகம் ஒரு சிறந்த சிபாரிசு கடிதம். சிரித்த முகம் ஒரு சிறந்த சிபாரிசு கடிதம். நல்ல மனம் ஒரு நாணயமான காசோலை. அந்த மனம் நமக்கு வேணாமா? படிப்பு, கல்வி நம்ம உயர்த்த வேண்டும். நம்மால உயர்ந்தவர்கள் அவளை நம் உயர்றமே. ஞப்போல் வளைன்னு சொல்லுவாங்களே தமிழ்ல, அதுக்கு என்ன அர்த்தம்? ஞப்போல் வளை. அதுக்கு என்ன சொன்னாங்கன்னா, அந்த தன்னுடைய இனத்தால் இல்ல கூட அதான் வளைச்சுக்கணும், அணைச்சுக்கணும்னு அர்த்தம் சொல்லுவாங்க. என்னுடைய உறவினர் சொன்னார் ஒரு தமிழ், ஞப்போல் வளை. இங்க இருந்து மேல போகணும், அப்புறம் இங்க வரணும், கீழே வரணும், வளையணும், இந்த பக்கம் போகணும், மேல போகணும். அது மாதிரி வளை. ஏன் அர்த்தம்? நீ இப்படி இருக்கக்கூடாது, மேல போ. மேல போனா மட்டும் பத்தாது, மேல போனவங்களோட இணைஞ்சு பாரு, அவங்களோட நல்லா பழகிக்க, அவங்களுடைய பண்பை கத்துக்க, அவங்களை விட ஆழம்போ. மேல போ, அவங்களோட இணைச்சுக்கிட்டு அவங்களோட ஆழம்போ. ஆழம் போனோம்னா அகங்காரம் வரும். வளைஞ்சு போ. வளைஞ்சு போனோம்னா கீழே உள்ளவங்க வருவாங்க, அத்தனை பேர் எடுத்துக்க அத்தனை பேரையும் மேல கூட்டு போ. அதான் ஞப்போல் வளை. என்ன அழகான தமிழ். அந்த உணர்வுகள் நமக்கு வேண்டும். ஆடும்போது எது அழகு? ஆடும்போது மயில் அழகு. ஓடும்போது எது அழகு? ஓடும்போது மான் அழகு. தாவும் போது முயல் அழகு, கூவும் போது குயில் அழகு, பாயும் போது புலி அழகு, மேயும் போது பசு அழகு, விடியும் போது விண்ணழகு, மடியும் போது அலை அழகு, எழும்போது கதிரவன் அழகு, விழும்போது அருவி அழகு, நடக்கும்போது கால்கள் அழகு, கிடக்கும்போது நதிகள் அழகு, சிரிக்கும் போது குழந்தை அழகு, சிரிக்கும் போது குழந்தை அழகு, தரிக்கும் போது கர்ப்பம் அழகு, பூணும் போது தாய்மை அழகு, பூணும் போது தாய்மை அழகு, பேணும் போது ஒழுக்கம் அழகு, பேணும் போது ஒழுக்கம் அழகு, மெல்லும் போது தாம்பூலம் அழகு, மெல்லும் போது தாம்பூலம் அழகு, சொல்லும் போது தமிழ் அழகு, தமிழ் அழகு, தமிழ் அழகு. என்னுடைய கோரிக்கை எல்லாம் நீங்க மதுரை ஹைகோர்ட்டோட விடக்கூடாது. இந்த ஹைகோர்ட்டோட MMBA ஒரு அர்த்தம் இருக்கு. மதுரை பெஞ்சு மதுரை ஹைகோர்ட்டுங்கிறது எம்ங்கிறது மெச்சூரிட்டி, இன்னொரு எம்ங்கிறது மெக்னானிமிட்டி, பிங்கிறது பிரில்லியன்ஸ், ஏங்கிறது எபிலிட்டி. அந்த 4 குவாலிட்டிஸ் உங்களுக்கு டெவலப் ஆகணும். நீங்க நல்லா பிராக்டிஸ் பண்ணி ஜட்ஜ் ஆகணும். கூடிய வரைக்கும் எல்லாரும் சுப்ரீம் கோர்ட்ல வந்து பிராக்டிஸ் பண்ணணும். இது என்னுடைய வேண்டுகோள். நன்றி. தேங்க்யூ. சாய்ராம்.
Thank you, Lordship. May I now request the General Secretary of MMBA, Mr. Saravanakumar, to propose vote of thanks.
அனைவருக்கும் எனது இனிய மாலை வணக்கம். மதுரை உயர்நீதிமன்றத்தின் உயர்வுக்கு வித்திட்டவர்களை நினைவு கூறுவோம் என்று எமது சங்க தலைவர் அவர்கள் கூறியவுடன் அதற்கு முதல் இசைவை தெரிவித்து இந்த மாதிரி நிகழ்வுகளை வார வாரம் தொடங்க வேண்டும் என்று எமது சங்க தலைவர் நினைத்ததும் அதை செயல்படுத்தி கொண்டதற்கும் எமது சங்க தலைவர்களுக்கு எனது முதற்கண் நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். இவ்விழாவின் நாயகர்களாக வந்து எமது அழைப்பை ஏற்று இவ்விழாவை சிறப்பித்துக் கொண்டிருக்கும் மாண்புமிகு நீதியரசர் திரு கற்பகவிநாயகம் அவர்களுக்கும், மாண்புமிகு நீதியரசர் திரு முருகேசன் அவர்களுக்கும், மாண்புமிகு நீதியரசர் திரு கனகராஜ் அவர்களுக்கும் எமது சங்கத்தின் சார்பாக எமது முதற்கண் நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். நன்றே செய் அதை இன்றே செய் என்று எங்களுக்கு ஆலோசனை வழங்கியும் எங்களது சங்கத்திற்கு வழிநடத்தி சென்று கொண்டிருக்கும் மாண்புமிகு நிர்வாக நீதியரசர் ஆர் சுப்பிரமணியம் அவர்களுக்கு இல்ல நாங்க கேட்டதெல்லாம் கொடுத்துடுறீங்க. நீங்க எங்களது சங்கத்திற்கு கேட்டதெல்லாம் வழங்கப்படும். மாண்புமிகு நீதியரசர் ஆர் சுப்பிரமணியம் அவர்களுக்கும் மற்றும் நீதியரசர்கள் எங்களது அழைப்பை ஏற்று நீதி வருகை வந்திருக்கும் மாண்புமிகு நீதியரசர் வேல்முருகன் அவர்களுக்கும், மாண்புமிகு நீதியரசர் சதீஷ்குமார் அவர்களுக்கும், மாண்புமிகு நீதியரசர் பரத சக்கரவர்த்தி அவர்களுக்கும், மாண்புமிகு நீதியரசர் சுந்தர்மோகன் அவர்களுக்கும் எமது சங்கத்தின் சார்பாக எமது முதற்கண் நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். விழாவின் நாயர்களை வாழ்த்தி பேசிய மதிப்பிற்குரிய சீனியர் வழக்கறிஞர் அருளொடிவேல் சார் அவர்களுக்கும், மதிப்பிற்குரிய மேடம் கிருஷ்ணவேணி அவர்களுக்கும், அருமை சகோதரர் முகைதீன் பாஷா அவர்களுக்கும் எமது சங்கத்தின் சார்பாக நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றோம். மேலும் எங்களுடன் உடனிருந்து இந்நிகழ்விற்கு ஒத்துழைப்பும் மற்றும் இந்நிகழ்வை நடத்தி கொடுத்த அனைத்து வழக்கறிஞர் பெருமக்களுக்கும் எனது நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். மாண்புமிகு நீதியரசர் கற்பக விநாயகம் அவர்களை டெல்லியிலிருந்து இங்கு அழைத்து வந்து எங்களுடன் இந்த நிகழ்வுகளில் பங்கேற்றவர்களுக்கு உறுதுணையாக இருந்த மாண்புமிகு நீதியரசர் கற்பக விநாயகம் அவர்கள் சன்னில்லா மிஸ்டர் கதிரோன் அவர்களுக்கும் எனது நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றேன். இவ்விழாவிற்கு வருகை தந்து சிறப்பித்து கொடுத்த மாண்பு மதிப்புக்குரிய சீனியர் வழக்கறிஞர் மீனாட்சி சுந்தரம் மற்றும் ஸ்ரீனிவாச ராகவன் மற்றும் கே மகேந்திரன் அவர்களுக்கும் எமது சங்கத்தின் சார்பாக நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொண்டு இவ்விழாவிற்கு வருகை இருந்த அனைத்து வழக்கறிஞர் பெருமக்களுக்கும் எனது மனமார்ந்த நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொண்டு இவ்விழாவை சிறப்பித்த அனைவருக்கும் நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Thank you, sir. President has an announcement to make.
Next will be the play of our national anthem. I have a small request to make. After this national anthem, I request all of you to stay back. And we would take the honorable chief guests of the day in procession through the aisle of this hall. All of you, please stand up and give a very resounding standing ovation to them. Continue to do that with a thunderous applause till they leave the end of the hall. Thank you so much.